All right. So good afternoon for those of you that are here in the United States or the Northern Hemisphere. And I want to welcome my business partner and good friend, Mr. Isaac. I always mess his last name up. Marius. Did I say it
Right.
right that time?
That's right. I
Marius.
like the way I like the way you put the American accent on it. So don't worry. I love it.
Mr. Isaac Marius on the line.
Right.
This is our leader there in South Africa, doing amazing things, building a team and positioning himself to be a driving force in this industry worldwide, not just there in South Africa, but around the world. And so let me welcome a few people that are joining. Thank you guys that are getting on. And please share this. We're going to have a pretty deep discussion. We probably won't be on too long, but Mr. Marius started a stream this morning. He put a post on Facebook, and it really kind of pricked my imagination because we're being so deceived into thinking we understand money, and we really don't. And it's pretty amazing that the world can enslave all of humanity with a simple concept. And that concept is that paper is money, and it's not. And Mr. Marius put on his post this morning, the average South African does not have at least 2,500 Rand saved up. This got to change, or are you ready for the change? 2,500 Rands. That's about 190 US dollars. And before we say, oh, poor South Africa, folks, I got news for you. This is an international stream. It's a world premiere. I've got news for you. The average American has less than $250 in savings as well. So this is a global problem. And I also, when I read it, I did a live stream, and I said on my live stream that the mission is bigger than your personal goal. See, there are a lot of things I could do to make money, but there are very few things I can do today that will have a global impact like what we're doing with this business, Karatbars International. So the mission is bigger than our personal goals. What I want to do is kick this over to Mr. Marius, and I want him to talk about what's happening there in South Africa with their economy, what our solution is globally, and the effect it will have on you individually for your personal goals. We'll go ahead and start with you, Mr. Marius.
Well, good evening, everybody, or good afternoon, everybody else in the world. Man, I think ever since I met you guys who are already doing Karatbars, the connection was so powerful that, Mr. Michael, I do feel your energy every single time you talk. And I think most of us that are into Karatbars, we all have the same dreams, dream of fear of waking up tomorrow and, the fiat currency just dropped and our friends and family, they have not positioned themselves. You know what I'm saying? And so I woke up this morning and I said, my word. I think I thought about it because a lot of people, I started with Karatbars last year, and a lot of people have been putting together, the start-off package, which is a bronze package here in South Africa. It's about 2,200 Rand. And if you are putting a whole year, or you are spending a whole year just to put together a 2,200 Rand, that is a problem. That's where I discovered a lot of people do not even have a 2,500 Rand in the savings account, to a point where if something has to happen to themselves or their family, it becomes a chaos because they have nowhere to touch. And just to think about it, that on a Saturday morning, just a day before we got paid with Karatbars International, I woke up in the morning on a Friday, on a Saturday morning, and I made 1,200
And I think I lost you right there, Isaac. And so whenever you get back in, just please jump back in. I heard you say,
Mastercard again on a Friday, and I told myself, wow, look at me. I have an international business I have started. I just had to believe in one person who brought me into it. And at a blink of an eye, a person can make money. And in South Africa or in Africa,
and we're frozen up there, Isaac. Let me know if you can hear me okay. And we're frozen up there, Isaac. Isaac, when you get back in, just jump back in at any point. I want to share this with the people internationally. I was doing some listening and reading this morning on the markets. And so, man, I wish I had some cash down here with me. I don't have any down here at the desk. But here's the situation. $250 in savings is what the average American has been able to amass. You've been working on a job for 10 years. That means you were barely able to save $25 a year. To put back $25 a year for 10 years to have $25,000 in savings. $25 a year to have $2,500 in total savings, and that's your net worth. And here's the other part. So very often as I'm talking to people, Mr. Mattias, about what we do, saving in gold. And we're going to talk about why we save in gold to keep it real simple for folks, to boil it down to its simplest common denominator. When I talk to people about gold, they often immediately refer to a price point that they see scrolling across the New York Stock Exchange banner, as if that's what gold costs. Let me share something with you guys. That is like taking the fox and putting him in charge of the hen house. The people that run those little numbers across the bottom of the screen are the same people who print the paper that's backed by nothing. You can't trust the money printers to tell you what the real money is worth on a little ticker scrolling across the screen. The real price of gold, guys, there are 542 people laying a paper claim to every 1 physical ounce of gold. Let me say this, Mr. Mattias, and I'm going to come right back to you.
Right.
Every time a paper dollar is printed in the world, it reduces the value of the paper that's available. As the money supply increases, the value of that said money decreases. The more you have, this is simple economics. I'm not going to make this over deep. I'm not going to go mortgage banking on you guys. The more of something you have, the less valuable it becomes. That's with art. That's with jewelry, precious metal. The more you have of something, the less valuable it is. It's simple economics. So the more paper they print, the less value you have in your paper money. And the people who print the paper cannot afford to tell you what gold is really worth. So that little thing running across the screen is working in their favor. Now here's what's going on. By all rights, gold should be showing less than $1,100 an ounce during this economic downturn. The dollar is losing value against the euro, and still gold is going up in value. Why? Because the money printers have a new game plan. The new game plan is they can devalue their national currencies and create inflation, which is good for the nation's economies. It's good for the Ponzi scheme called paper money, and they can do it simply by letting gold go up in value. See, gold doesn't fight back in the economy. As gold goes up, the paper currency's values go down, and it creates inflation, which makes it look like that is still money. It's not money. And Mr. Mattias can tell you better than me, so I'm going to kick it back to him as to why gold is so much more valuable than paper currency. So, Mr. Mattias, you're back and we can hear you clearly now. Go ahead and finish what you were saying about you earned over 1,000 Rand in that 1 week.
I think this is what you always say, that, being in a money system, it is the most important thing. If you are looking to create wealth, if you are looking to be wealthy, you've got to be in a money system. I mean, I was literally sleeping. If I read somewhere on Facebook about what's the guy that say that if you don't, it's Warren Buffett, something like that. Okay, yep. If I just read it, I would probably say, okay, that is not true, guys. How can you go to bed and wake up, you earned money? But I experienced from last year when I started with Karatbars, I experience this every single day or every single week and every single month, where you literally go to sleep, and when you wake up, you put on your back office and you have earned money while you were sleeping.
Okay, so
that is true.
You're going to make me pull out my whiteboard.
All right, let's go.
All right, you're going to make me pull out my whiteboard because Mr. Mattias just said the money system. All right, now I'm going to show you what a money system is not, and I'm going to show you what a money system is. Okay, now a lot of times people get upset with me because they say I'm bashing jobs. I am totally not bashing jobs. They say I'm bashing education. I'm not bashing education. Education leads you to get a degree so that you can go and get a job. And so this is you. And you go to work. And you work. And when you work, you get paid. You work, you get paid. You work, you get paid. That is a cash flow system, but it's not a money system. Because at any point that you do not or cannot go to work for whatever reason, whether it's on your side or their side. People say to me, they say, well, I love my job. Okay, that's great. But your job may not love you. So, and hey, they don't, I can tell you, I can be pretty sure they don't love you. All right? So,
Mr. Michael, can I add something on that?
Yes.
I have experienced that, yes, the employee does not love his job really, and not even the boss loves his job. Because if he is not on the job, he doesn't get paid himself. And here, there is a system, a wonderful system called Karatbars, that I don't have to go to a job to earn money. It is already created. May the Lord call me tomorrow. My wife has the pin of my MasterCard.
Oh my
okay?
God.
And she knows the pin to the MasterCard, and all she does, she draws the money for my kids, for herself. And she has her own MasterCard too. In fact, in my house, okay, we have 3 MasterCards. Guys, this is not a joke. It is a money system where my wife and I get paid at the same damn time. Can I say damn time? Okay. Here's my personal MasterCard, all right? And here is my company's MasterCard. My wife has her own MasterCard. This is what we call money system, where you earning, I'm earning, everybody else is earning. When we call people to this money system, it is not because we want to make money. No, we want to show you a way that you and everybody else in your house will make money.
When you plug people into this money system, the making money part is inevitable. See, we don't even have to think about us making money. Like, I'm at home right now. Mr. Mattias is at home right now. I've been home for the last 3.5 years. Right? This money system will replace this cash flow system, but I'm going to show you the difference in the cash flow system. So this money system, the job, or you could decide that this is not a good partnership, and all of a sudden the cash flow completely stops. I mean, it stops instantly. You might have a 2-month severance, but severance means to cut off. It's severed. It's over. And you got to go get another cash flow system. So what do you need to do? You got to figure out how to replace this antiquated antediluvian system with something that will work, like Mr. Matty said, where if something were to happen to him right now, God forbid, the system won't turn off. So here's how a money system works. Here's the difference. Okay? So money system starts the same way. It looks close. It looks almost the same. It's you, and you've got to have a cash flow system. Now, before I go too far, that's why I say I don't beat up jobs, because a job can finance your freedom. As Warren Buffett said, if you don't learn how to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. So you need a money system. The wealthiest people in the world look to build networks and systems, while everybody else looks for a job, a cash system. So what we're trying to show you now is, I'm not only going to show you a business. This is a business, but we have to be careful too, Isaac, how we even call it a business. It's a money system. Go ahead, jump on that.
No, that is correct. And I think even when I started with Karatbars last year, I was introduced to it as a business. And knowing that it is a business, I started knowing that I was going to make a lot of money. But there was a mistake on the part of maybe the person that explained it to me, because Karatbars is so strategically simple that all I had to do, in fact, that's why I looked for the best in the business, and that was Mr. Michael Delco, that was Mr. Tyron Banks, that was Mr. Ty Best, and all of you guys. And Mr. Michael, you remember well, what the first thing I asked you when we met is, sir, please tell me how to run this money system. And you told me, Isaac, all you have to do is the map, follow the map. Acquire a lot of gold, sell a lot of people, and you will make a lot of money. And that is exactly what I have done. Oh, and the other thing that you said, Mr. Michael, very powerful, I'm so hoping that the partners on Facebook, they are listening to me properly on this, is when you said, don't tell them, show them. I don't remember if you still remember, but you said, don't tell them, show them. On the Saturday, when we had the live presentation with Mr. Michael, what I literally did is to open my back office and show everybody how many grams of gold I had in my back office, which it did not cost me any penny. Okay, I showed them the grams of gold and how much it is worth, and I said, guys, this is what I have been saving for the past year, and it didn't even cost me a cent. Here's my saving already in gold, and all I'm doing is I'm sharing the information with others, and I'm getting the cash flow. That is how it is. It is, we should stop telling people, all right? Because telling somebody, it's going to take a lot of time for you to convince them. Show them. Show them.
My financial advisor, Mr. Alan Austin, is on the stream on Facebook Live. He said, a financial education in the long run will be worth more than any job or degree you could ever obtain. Look, what I'm about to show you guys on this board is what Mr. Mattias just said. I'm going to show you the money system from a Karatbars perspective. Now, you can do this money system, well, I don't know. I don't know of another money system that works 100% like this. You could probably finagle it with a bunch of other different components, but Karatbars gives you the whole system in one box. It's a money system encapsulated in one box. So I'll explain it. So however you generate cash is fine. You can go out and ask people to let you hold $5 all day. You can panhandle. Even though that's illegal, you can borrow money all day. You could get money from friends. You could crush cans. You could do anything you want to just move some money towards you. Hey, whether that's a job, cutting grass, doing hair, being a barber, doing taxes, building houses, whatever you do to get cash coming, that's the first step, is cash flow. You gotta have cash flow from somewhere. Where it comes from is irrelevant. That's why I don't bash jobs. Where the cash comes from is irrelevant. You need cash coming in from somewhere in any amount, because Karatbars, this is so hard to talk about. It's so good. This money system is so amazing. I'm so glad I got you on the stream with me so I can have somebody to get excited with. Karatbars changed the whole game. See, before you had a cash flow system and nothing else. Now, because of Karatbars, no matter what you do to make money, if it's another network business, if it's a home business, if it's a self-employed, if it's a job, if you're a pastor at a church, if you're begging money on the street, whatever you do to make cash, now you have a way to complete the system. Go ahead, Mr. Matthews.
Wow, that is so profound. What you just said, I think we can actually close the stream, and if you did not get this, I don't even know what Mr. Michael, what Mr. Best can say that will change your mind. And that is so perfect, Mr. Michael. You know, Karatbars is strategic, and I'm using the word strategic because that's exactly what they are. That's exactly what they are doing for us. We are in the system where we don't even have to think of how we can do this and that, and try to manipulate the system. It's already done for us. All we have to do is, like you always tell us in the training, follow the map, show people. I mean, if you just got paid and all the money went to your car, your house, your children's school, and all that, and you were left with nothing, you didn't get paid at all. You paid other people. You paid somebody else.
Right now, and
Michael.
Isaac, thank you, brother. And so, look, I don't want to keep you guys in suspense any longer. I have to show you this. Cash flow. It could be a job is where you get your cash flow. You get your cash flow from asking for money. You can get your cash flow from an MLM, a multi-level marketing company, a networking business, a self-employed. Wherever you get your cash from is fine. You need a cash flow system. There is value there. There's value in a cash flow system. But then the question is, what do you do with the cash? Here's where we lose it. This is where we've got to, as a global family of loving, wonderful, honest people, we've got to help each other break the slavery of corporate mindset and corporate greed. Stop running out here paying for $300 tennis shoes and fake jewelry, and stop for a minute and think about somebody besides you and your generation. Think about the people coming behind you, your children, their children's children. We got to break this poverty mindset. That's why, Mr. Mattis, when you said that the average South African has less than 2,500 rands, that's ridiculous. The average American has less than $250. They're working week to week. If they miss a paycheck, they're broke. They're one paycheck away from absolute abject poverty. So we've got to be about this mission. Oh my God, this mission is so much bigger than a business of any manner. This is a mission that I need all of y'all to come over here and listen to what I'm saying and help us get this message out to the masses. No matter what you're doing to make cash, you've got to help us teach people to learn this system that I'm about to show you. So here we go. You take the cash and you move it. You move it as fast as possible. Every dollar that's printed is a bill. Anybody got bills? Do you like bills? A dollar bill? That means you owe $1. It's a debt note. You got to move it out of the debt column into the asset column as fast as you want to build wealth. You got to move it into the asset column. Well, there was no way to do it. Now, I'll take that back. Let me be a little bit fair. You could take your cash and move it into precious metals or real estate or anything else you want, but the system would stop right there. There was nowhere else for it to go. You have to wait for the real estate. Hey, 15 years in the mortgage business. I know what I'm talking about. I owned $2 million properties, lost them both because I didn't have a system to complete this cycle. All right, you get that real estate, you got to let it sit there and hope that it appreciates in value and hope they don't manipulate you out of the market. Okay, and you got to hope your tenant stays in there and keeps paying. And you got to hope that the air conditioning unit doesn't break down and the water heater doesn't break down and that the tenant doesn't get drunk and tear holes in your drywall and leave you with repairs. You need an asset that has low to no maintenance. Oh my God, I feel like I'm about to explode right here. This information is so good. How about gold? You can drop it in the ocean. It'll go to the bottom of the ocean and somebody can find it 1,000 years later and it still has the luster of the day it was dropped in the water. It is God's money. I know people like silver. I like silver. But silver will even tarnish where you can't even recognize it until you say, oh, maybe this is something. Let me put some Tarnex on it. Gold won't even tarnish. It was designed by the Creator to be used as money. It is indestructible, incorruptible money. It has always been here. You can't burn it up. You can't tear it up. It's put on space shuttles because it won't corrode in outer space. Guys, please hear me today. All right, this is a money system. So I'm down with oil, but oil is a commodity. When people put oil in gas, when they turn it into gas and refine it, it burns off and it's gone. Okay, so that's why it's not good for money because it gets used up. That's why we don't use beans and tea and coffee because they get used up. Gold is indestructible. There is nothing in the world better property-wise to be money. It is concentrated wealth. You can, Isaac, grab a gram. I don't have my wallet with me. Grab a gram of gold and show the people a carat bar.
I got both of them. Either the 1 gram in the cart and the 1 gram on the coin. That's
guys, that money that Isaac is holding up, 1 gram used to cost $1.32 just a little over 40 years ago. Today it's over $60 a gram. I know somebody says I can get it cheaper. No, you really can't, and we're going to show you. So hang out with me. Hang out with me for a second, and thank those of you who have shared this on your Facebook page. And if you're watching this on somebody's Facebook page, get back with them. They're going to show you this money system. It's free to set up. Set up your free money system. Okay, so we move our cash into gold with carat bars. All right, we move it into gold with carat bars. Whatever amount of cash you move, you get the equivalent amount of carat bars gold. Now that's massive. We won't have time to talk about all the benefits of your gold being carat bars gold. On the stream, we got Carat Pay and K-Exchange and hologram security and free gold and referrals, more cash flow by referrals. So just understand, when you move gold to carat bars properly, it creates more cash flow before you even complete the money system. Oh my God, guys, listen to me. Just moving gold cash into gold with carat bars properly will move cash flow back to you so that now you're getting free gold. You don't even break the cycle. You move cash into carat bars, it moves cash back to you. Let's keep going. Carat bars converts your cash. So step 1 is cash. Step 2 is conversion. Moving that cash into something that outpaces inflation. I'm only going to put one thing here, and I'm going to put gold. There are other assets, oil, real estate, diamonds, but gold is money. So you move your cash into gold. Then that conversion creates net worth. Oh my goodness. Guys, if you're generating cash, you're not necessarily generating net worth unless you're converting your cash into an asset. So net worth is the third component. First component, cash. Second component, conversion. Third component, net worth. If you're not building your net worth, you're just working until you die. You're just working until you die. You're working to pay other people's legacies. You're working to build somebody else's legacy. If you're not building your net worth, what are you doing? That's why I said, once again, whatever you do to make cash, you got to move it into your Karatbars conversion system, not another one. I know you can go get gold somewhere else. Forget that for a second. Keep your mind open. A mind is like a parachute. It works best when it's open. Keep your mind open with me for a second. Let me help you just a little bit. All right? I spent 15 years teaching people how to go into debt with a mortgage. I'm going to spend the rest of my life teaching people how to stay free with a money system. All right? Hey, I got 3 cars and no car notes. How is that possible? I got 3 good cars with no car notes. I have a home soon to be no mortgage because of this money system. This will make you rich, right? So forget about the messenger and listen to the message. Now, you're building your net worth. Well, because you put your cash into conversion in Karatbars, it's building your net worth. You're getting richer. And folks, have I talked about a team yet? Mr. Mattias, have I talked about building a team yet, or am I just talking about you moving your cash into gold?
Just moving, just moving, just moving.
Right?
The explosion hasn't happened yet. Hold on, y'all. It's going to explode.
Oh my God. So Karatbars, guys, I know you've heard somebody tell you about Karatbars, but you haven't heard me tell you. See, Karatbars is not a business. So we don't have to compete with anybody. Karatbars is a complete, one-of-a-kind money system. Now, let's finish it off. Now, if you don't learn how to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Well, how do you make money while you sleep? You've got to build a network. You got your net worth. Now you need a network. Network. Your network increases your net worth. All right? So, if it makes sense to you to save in gold, here's why it makes sense to save in gold. 40 years ago, you could get 4 loaves of bread for $1 United States dollar or 31 rand. Am I right on that?
No, 13 rand.
13
rand.
Over 40 years ago, you could get one loaf of bread for 13 rand.
Right.
Today, how many loaves of bread can you get for 13 rands?
If somebody offer you a bread for 13 rand, make sure you don't buy it, don't eat it. It is not eatable.
Don't eat it.
Don't eat it.
$1 dollar, you can't buy anything. Look, like literally, I don't know why they're still making quarters. You go to the store, you can't buy anything for a quarter. They got a little bag of chips like this big for a quarter. And then with tax is 28 cents. You can't buy anything for a quarter. A penny, you can't buy anything for a penny. It's just a way to enumerate currency. It has no real value. Look, let me talk to you for a second. The dollar used to be backed by gold. The quarter used to be made out of silver. And the penny used to be made out of copper. Now the copper is more valuable than the penny, so they make the penny out of some kind of aluminum. The quarter is made out of some alloy, and the dollar is not backed by gold. The governments of this world literally stole your national wealth overnight without you getting a vote on it. So folks, all we're doing is showing you how to create a money system and take the power back to you and your family. Now, your net worth is increasing. Now you need to go out and build a network. Again, doesn't matter what you do to make money. I'm not trying to interrupt that cash flow system. You love what you do to make money, keep doing it. You need the cash. Move the cash into conversion with Karatbars, which builds your net worth automatically. You don't have to have a rocket science degree. You don't have to be a guru. Just simply move your paper, which is a bill, trade your bill in for something that's valuable. Exchange your bills for real money, which is gold. The gold increases your net worth with or without your effort. And then you go out and you tell other people that a dollar 40 years ago used to buy one loaf of bread, and today it won't buy any, but a gram of gold used to buy 5 loaves of bread. Today it'll buy over 20. And you teach your people to save gold instead of paper, and they're going to be happy because now they're happy saving gold, and they're going to go and tell others, who going to go and tell others, who going to go and tell others. And folks, before you know it, you've got a network of people saving, converting cash into gold, building their net worth, and guess what that does? It pays you more cash. Now, here's where it gets completely outrageous. This is what happened to me. I started telling people, and they started setting up their money system, and they started getting wealthier a gram at a time. I can't tell you the hundreds of testimonies that I have of people saying, thank you. I've never been able to save anything. Now I'm building a legacy for my children. And guess what that did, guys? That system that I used to generate cash, I didn't need it anymore. So what did I do with the 8 hours that it used to take me to generate cash? Whew. You know what I did? I started telling more people faster, which created more cash faster, which I moved into gold faster, which increased my net worth faster, and I told more people faster. And it's a complete money system, unbroken, and you no longer need to leave your house to generate the cash. Now cash is coming in automatically. Your net worth is building automatically. Your team is growing automatically. You put wealth building on autopilot. Royal Calhoun said, make sure, tell me this is on replay. It'll be on my page. I may take this off and save it on YouTube, Royal. But that's how a money system works. That's how it works. Mr. Matthews, I'm going to give you last words because I think it's vital that we understand that these governments, they're not, I don't want to think that they're bad people. They're just doing what men do. Anything that man is in control of, they find a way to pervert it, and greed sets in. So if look, whatever you're doing to earn, if what you're earning is in a mechanism that's controlled by men, be skeptical. Gold is controlled by God. Its purity cannot be contaminated, right? So a money system has to include gold. So Mr. Matthews, I'll give it to you for last words.
I think, Mr. Michael, this is what we normally say in our presentations, that the opportunity is never missed. It is simply transferred to somebody else. Last year when Uber was introduced to South Africa, one of my employees, one of my guys that worked with me, he told me, Mr. Isaac, please buy one car so that we can put it on Uber. And guess what? I did not listen to him. And today in South Africa, for you to have a car in Uber, you can no longer actually do that because they are full. And so what's happening is that the people that they have cars registered in Uber, they are making that the cash flow, that they are buying more cars. You know, they're making money, they buy more cars and they put it on in the system, and that is how they are, you know, converting everything into powerful cash flow. Guys, come on, feel the passion for Mr. Michael whenever he speaks. He speaks like an angel because it is so important that we actually understand what Mr. Michael is saying. It is important for us to give this right to everybody else that is out there. I always take time out to thank my big brother, Damas, who actually got me into Karatbars. And I have tons of people coming back to me also saying, you know what, Isaac, thank you so much for giving me also this opportunity that has been given to you, because now I see, like Mr. Mikey said, our savings actually on autopilot. We don't even need to think about saving. Karatbars, before they put the money on your MasterCard, okay, this is so beautiful. Before they put the money on your MasterCard, first they actually get some gold for you. They put it away for you, okay, and then the rest of the money is back on your MasterCard. And I think
What you just said, no, wait, let me slow you down. What you just said is mind-boggling. See, there's so much here that's a benefit to you. When you
that's
earn
right.
cash, when you earn cash right here, oh my gosh, they put
You're going back.
they put gold into your gold savings account from your earnings. So you set yourself up on auto exchange and it creates auto save. Let me say it again. You put yourself up on auto exchange. In other words, you set up an amount that you're going to move into gold automatically. And you tell your network to do the same, which creates more cash flow, which puts auto save gold in your account. That's why Mr. Mattia said he's got gold that he didn't buy. You can't get gold cheaper anywhere. Free gold. This guy was telling me, he said, I can get gold for $5 a gram cheaper. I said, well, how much gold do you have? He said, well, I don't have any, but I know where I can get it cheaper. I said, well, if price was important, you would be finding the cheapest gold and getting some. You're not trying to show me you can get gold cheaper. You're trying to tell me why you don't want to do Karatbars, and that's fine. You don't have to convince me. I'm already retired. I'm not trying to build a business off of you. That's what your job does. I'm trying to help you build wealth through a money system. I'm sorry, Mr. Mattis. That was powerful. Go ahead.
And let me surprise you with this, Mr. Michael. That's why we can never ever find words really to thank you enough, because what happened that I realized on a Friday last week, I think ever since you started really, coming into live stream with South Africa on Mondays and Tuesdays, Mondays and Thursdays, I believe that Mr. Harold, he saw our time when we get paid. Here in South Africa before, we used to get paid on our MasterCard at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But this last Friday, I saw that we got paid, I think, around 8:30. So Mr. Harold also already understood that, some people need their money. Let me, release the money early as possible. And so actually we are getting paid much earlier than before. And that is the money system that we're talking about. The main thing, especially for us in Africa, okay, this is so important, that we are getting paid on the currency that is so powerful, is higher than any currency in Africa. You talk about Naira, Rand, anything else, okay? We get paid on in euros, and for that actually to make us very powerful, because when I get paid, let's say 100 euros, that is 1,400 Rand. So I can become a millionaire. It just really depends how I go and I share this beautiful platform with everybody else, and that is what we are doing. Myself, Mr. Holly in Johannesburg, we are really doing everything we can to make sure that everybody understands this. He actually told me, you know what, Isaac, we need to get some politicians into this, because at least if we make them understand what's going on, man, Mr. Michael, we have the solution to the junk status in South Africa. If everybody could just understand that cash is trash and gold is God's money, and it can take us out of the junk status, man, it would be powerful. I don't have a paper savings account. Hell no, I do not have. All I do before I pay anybody anything else, I pay myself first, and I do it in gold. And God bless you all. We have gold, baby. We have gold. We have gold.
Well, Isaac, thank you. Oli was just texting me. He's got some high-level people he needs to speak with today. We are trying to get the message out in a massive way. And I want to thank everybody that I want to start calling names, because I love these people here on Facebook so much. I'm afraid if I start calling names, I'll miss some people, but you know who you are. You're right here on this Facebook post. And guys, if you're watching this stream live on somebody's Facebook page, just ask them to get more information to you. It's free. The information is free. Keep your wallet in your pocket. Don't even bring it, because all the accounts are free. There are no fees of any kind. It's free to run the business in over 100 countries with zero monthly expense to you and your family. So get back with the person that shared this video with you. Let them know you want more information, and they'll be able to help you get started with Karatbars International. Thank you, Mr. Matthews. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Mr. Michael. God bless you, sir.